What do you want me to say?
Do you, no, do we again start with silence?
Silence is omnipresent. We don't have to. It doesn't need to be called out.
Okay. I can sit for like hours like that.
Well, you meditate in the morning, right?
Yeah. Or at least I try to.
Okay. How is that working for you?
Um, it helps me go back to sleep in the morning. That's how it's
Go
working.
back to sleep?
Yeah, so I would wake up in the morning. I would have like a glass of water. I would do my breath work, and right after breath work, I would sit for meditation. And while meditating, I would just fall asleep. So that's how it's going.
Are you serious or you're just joking about it? I mean, you
No, I'm
do.
serious. I mean, not always, but a lot of times, I would say. Especially when I have to go to work and I wake up at 6.
So is that the morning meditation session that's just used to what, like, recapture your energy for the day?
You could say that. Sort of, yeah.
I thought meditation was a little more profound for you.
I would just say it has changed over a period of time. When I started, I was dealing with a lot of issues in my life, with my family, with my friends, relationships, pretty much everything. Some of the other issue and some of the other area of my life. So I sort of used it as a medium to calm down, probably. That's how it kind of started. Then I also learned about various techniques like creative visualization. I know we've given like several terms to different kinds of meditation because there are different kinds of meditations.
You said creative visualizations?
Yeah.
Okay.
You basically just sit in a meditative state and start to imagine the things that you want to achieve. It could be a state of mind or something that you want to achieve in life, a goal you want to achieve and you're very passionate about it. So you almost feel like it's already happened and you feel that emotion. You cannot really manufacture that emotion. Like, since I've already done it, I just realized that until and unless you truly want something from the deepest core of your heart, you cannot manufacture that feeling of how you would feel once you've achieved it. So, coming back to my point, you basically just feel that emotion, imagining every possible scenario from working on it to having achieved it and how you're feeling, etc., etc. You play that entire scenario in your head. So that's creative visualization. Basically, again, talking manifestation or creative visualization, basically sort of the same thing. So I did that.
So what is
I
it? I
don't
mean,
really
you
do that
just
anymore.
you feel that specific emotion that you're alluding to in that exercise that you do.
Yeah.
So is it just to access that emotion? That's it.
Um, where I actually read about it and even heard a few people talk about it was basically that your brain does not know the difference between um, past, present, future, blah, blah, blah. It's just, it associates with a certain emotion. So if you actually feel like something's already happened, your brain almost makes it your reality, which helps you achieve your goal. In all honesty, have I achieved things in my life through that? Yes. But has it just been that? Has it just been creative visualization? No. Of course, like I said when I just started, that I cannot manufacture that feeling of achieving something unless I truly, truly want it from the deepest core of my heart. So the things that were not as important to me, and I meditated on that, I just could not feel that emotion of, what if this action came true? It was almost just like a nice to have, you could say. But the things that I actually wanted, I did achieve it.
And what did you achieve?
Um, I wanted, one of the things that I did get out of it was my admission in a great university that I really, really wanted. Leaving my home country, coming from an Orthodox family, I just wanted freedom at that point in my life, and I just wanted to leave India.
How do you attribute something so physically yeah, what I was saying was something so like in the physical realm, moving from India to another country like you alluded to. How does an emotion trigger something like that? Like is is can an emotion be so powerful to be a lever of that sort?
I think so, yes, absolutely. I mean, um, I'm not saying only emotion. It was not just an emotion. Of course, there were other things as well. But the very feeling that, yes, I can achieve it, and um, actually feeling the emotion itself of how I would feel when I would achieve something. I cannot really explain or put that into words, to be very honest. But I feel like, yes, emotion is a very powerful thing.
I don't deny that. I mean, I'm not saying that emotion is not powerful. I'm saying that's like that creative visualization technique that you're alluding to. It triggered that specific emotion that you're claiming is experienced only during that particular event. So that's what I'm wanting to understand. Like something, an emotion that surfaces during a certain event. Can
See, the
that be
rest of
such
the
a
time, The rest of the time, during the day, of course, you're just probably working towards, I mean, not 24/7, but you dedicate probably, let's say, a certain number of hours to achieve your goal. Um, but that time you're not thinking of how it's going to feel when you actually get there. Like, I don't know what exactly you're trying to ask. You're saying that how do you just think of that emotion in that specific time when you're meditating? Is that what you're asking?
No, the premise being, you were saying that there are some grand achievements or accomplishments that you've had in your life that you um, attribute to that meditation technique, and I'm just trying to kind of equate, so to speak, that like something like moving to another country, taking that step, can an emotion be so powerful in order to do that? Is that what it is? Or maybe
No,
there's something
it's
deeper.
your hunger to achieve something or to get out of a certain situation, which is what was in my case, that I wanted to
Yeah,
get
so
out
that's
of
what
the
I mean.
situation that I was in.
Yeah, that's that's what I'm getting at. I feel that's the um I feel there's so many layers beneath just that meditation. Yeah, you're placing a label, or you're pinning a label, I should say, onto the meditation technique, and you're saying, okay, let me pass that as the qualifier, so to speak, for this.
One of the qualifiers, I said,
Yeah, but I
yes.
feel there's there's so many layers under that. The fact that
I agree.
you even began meditating, or you even thought of the idea of sitting down for meditation, or just the thought that that spark that you had to, I don't know, you didn't want to stay in India and you wanted to get out of there, just that spark itself. I feel there's so many nuances that get, um, for the lack of a better word, I would say that are getting butchered, and that meditation is being passed as the most the next best candidate, so to speak.
I don't
Um,
think that's the case. I mean, you asked me about meditation specifically, and I did say it again and again that it was not just the only thing. Of course, it's one of the things. But would I say did it not help me? Of course it did. And I also mentioned it starts with what you truly want from the deepest core of your heart. If it doesn't come from there, if you don't truly want something, I mean, all these meditation techniques and blah blah blah, it's just futile because um, again, you're just trying to manufacture something that's not coming from your heart.
so I think that's, you kind of echoed what I was saying. I'm not discarding the meditation. Like, for example, if I'm supposed to be losing weight, and I do a bunch of cardio, and on top of that I start eating clean, and then on top of that, I don't know, like I go and play, like a sport, like soccer, football, whatever. So those are all contributors
Mm-hmm.
to me losing my weight. You see what I'm getting at? But
Correct.
I'm what I'm getting at as is that just because they mechanically contributed towards that goal, there was something deeper that even sparked
That's where it starts from. Yes, I
Yeah,
agree.
so that's what I mean. I'm not saying that meditation is um like
I would
good
say
or
meditation
bad.
is just a vehicle, um, exactly like you were taking sports as an example to lose weight. Um, but of course, meditation would also just come into the picture if there's something that you're trying to achieve, right? Probably if you're trying to get out of a situation, or to something specific that you want in your life. Um, that's when all of these things even come into the picture. If I don't want anything, why would I um, lift a finger to do anything? I mean, there would not be a need for me to meditate or do X, Y, Z.
Yeah, sure. I echo that. I can't find any flaws in what you're saying. I completely agree with you. I think you and I are saying the same thing, that these are all tools available to you. It just depends on where you want to go. If, like, I always make light of it. Like I think I used to we used to have big arguments about meditation in the past, and um, for me it was always about identifying where do you really want to go, and the arguments were had because it almost felt like if there was a third person looking at a conversation, that I'm somehow squashing meditation or have some, like some animosity against meditation. um I would say it's just a tool. What do you want to do? Where do you want to go? That's always the question. um if you want to feel nice for 15 minutes, feel good in a nice environment, just feel peaceful, cool, fantastic. I mean, meditation is the perfect tool for that. One of the great tools for that. um, but for anything, i would I would say much more significant, much more deeper, a lot more incisive. um, I think that's where some of these tools fail, or I would say a lot of these tools fail.
I agree with you.
See, and the great example that I have is, I know when you started talking to me a couple of years ago, you had a lot of issues going on. There was a lot of anxiety. There was a lot of stress. Um, a lot of trepidation. You, you can call it whatever. Like, there was just a whirlpool of emotions that you used to feel on a recurring basis. A lot of it has subsided. I would think over the years, and you vouch for it as well. You're a much more calmer person now. I would say that little to nothing, and I'm only isolating those significant issues, had anything to do with your morning 10-minute whatever, or your morning
No.
15-minute whatever. I'm not picking on meditation. I'm just saying, like, you have a bunch of routines that you do. I'm sure. You being a great advocate of health and fitness, there's like 50 different things that you might have employed over the course of your life, but none of them got you to the bottom of those, like, um, adverse issues. I think it was something very different. I think you needed a very, very different path in order to even understand what these issues were.
What these issues were. Um,
That's what I'm saying. Like to even understand, like to even recognize or be able to label what they are. I feel that that pathway has got nothing to do with any of these routines and pedantic nonsense.
no, it does not. Um, yeah, those are not the things that actually helped me get to where I am today. Of course, sure, if you want to feel calm, if let's say you're having a panic attack or whatever, in that specific situation, you want to calm down, probably yes, meditation is going to help you or breath work is going to help you calm down in that situation. But is that helping you get rid of how you're feeling about that specific situation completely? Or does it help you get rid of that sorrow, let's say? No, absolutely not. It has never helped me.
But the funny thing is, the operational term there is get rid of. Nobody wants to get rid of anything. I feel people are just.
I mean, again, firstly, it comes down to how badly you want something. Secondly, you've always been taught that that's just a part of life. If you have people in your life, let's say if you're friends or you're in a relationship or your parents as well, you're gonna have issues. You're always gonna have issues. And what people actually tell you is you're never gonna get rid of those issues. Yes, you can work on them, and it's gonna get better through communication, through whatever. Like you name it, there are multiple things. But nobody's actually said that you can actually get rid of something. So it's almost believed that there is no way, or there is no getting rid of pain in life. That's what I've known for all my life, to be very honest. Like up until now as well, like when I have conversations with my parents, that's what they tell me. It's a circle of life. There's going to be pain, there's going to be happiness. It's not going to be the same throughout. So everyone just tells you to get used to it. So for me, there is no alternate reality but to just go through the same cycle again and again. And I think that's the case with most people, to be honest. That's what we've been told all our lives, that if you're attached to someone, there's going to be pain, and there is no way, or it's next to impossible to not be attached to someone or to people around you who you truly, I don't want to say love, but basically it is attachment.
Why do you not want to say love?
I mean, we
Is it because I'm sitting here? And I'll scold you or something.
I mean, even the fact that, let's say, the first word that even comes out of my mouth, love, is because that's what everyone says, right? The people you love. But even if I would want to use this term, I would want to say conditional love. It's very rare to actually find unconditional love where you expect nothing. When I say nothing, means nothing from the other person, no matter who they are. It could be your partner, it could be your parents, or it could be your children, friends, whatever. But the moment I say this sentence, someone's going to be like, how's that possible? That doesn't exist. It cannot happen. So, which is why I'm thinking before even using the term love. I feel like there's so many things that we're talking about this at the same time, that I'm losing track of what was I even saying when I started.
Why did you decide to do this podcast with me? I know when we were starting this up, I asked you. I don't know. I was kind of confused that why are you deciding to talk with me? I mean, you have your own circle, you have your own friends, your associates, your colleagues, and since the overarching goal for you is to make money, and since in your heart I know you do consider the public opinion, you knew right from the outset that nothing that we talk is in the in the public interest domain, if you will.
You know what the surprising part is? Probably not 100% of it. Like if they were to hear just snippets of our conversation, they'd be like, yeah, this is crap. But they cannot even completely dismiss it because there's not a single person who's not facing the cycle of pain, sorrow, and happiness over and over. And I'm sure like there are people who do want to get rid of it. Like I know you've said that people don't want to get rid of it. Yes, I do agree. There are people who say they want to, but they don't really want to. But there also are people who do truly want to get rid of it. So, no, not one. People might dismiss like one part of it, but not the entire conversation.
No, it's not about dismissing or accepting. I mean, the way that I even speak is just so off base. It's like crazy talk, you know. There was that if you recall, there was this analogy that I gave when we first started talking that
once I come to this side of the mountain, I wouldn't be able to go back.
It was so just preceding that was like I think an hour rant, so to speak, in where I said a bunch of things, right? There was a lot of things about society, about school, about marriages, about all these common things in society, and I felt that there was the only reason why I feel you were even engaged in that conversation was, I think at that point, it just seemed so sensational and so fantastic to you. It was just amusing, seeing this person talk the way that he's talking. And of course, at the end of it, I think it was the following second or third conversation that we had where I used that analogy that I live on the other side of the mountains over here. And in order to even understand what I'm saying, like you would have to get over here. Like you would have to climb those mountains and come on this side. The problem is, once you're here, there's no going back. Because there's just not. It's not like it's not a good thing. It's not a bad thing. It's just the lens that you adopt thereafter, making that journey. It just renders everything futile. Like everything just loses its luster. And I think that's what happened. Like in the successive months, if you saw yourself, like you just sort of lost your taste for so many different things that you held so near and dear.
I was losing that taste for everything little by little anyway, even before meeting you, because I had started to see things, but I did not acknowledge it because I did not know otherwise. I did not even know there's something else that even exists. I would say when you came into the picture, that's when I even started to see things and basically acknowledge them. So the first conversation itself that we had it was not amusing. It was, for me, thought-provoking. Probably, yes, the third one that we had was amusing. But the first one, where I was completely quiet for almost an hour, the very first time that we spoke, that was when I actually started giving a thought to each and every question that you asked. Like, I remember one question that you asked me was, if I were to give you all the money in the world and you've traveled around, you've done everything that you want to do with money. Okay, now that you've done everything, what are you going to do? It made me think.
What I was getting at was, see, this is all. I was talking about the trends, what's in vogue, right? When we are talking about starting this podcast and wanting to make money, I was very transparent with you. I said, do you want to keep this podcast open so that you could have conversations with other people as well, like talk about fitness or what have you, like whatever domains that are of interest of you, food or health or medicine or all these other domains of life. You didn't want to. You just wanted to reserve this for us to talk, which I absolutely. If you ask, you asked me. I was sold. I said that okay. There's, you're the only. I would say. Reciprocal person that I know. Not that I need reciprocity to be honest with you, but the mere fact that there is a non-reactivity to what I say and a general curiosity that you present, it just shows that you have a broad horizon, right? So from my side, I was completely sold. Like, okay, fine, fantastic. But then I can only talk the way that I talk. I'm not going to talk about junk. You know that. Like, I don't want to spend 30 minutes, 40 minutes talking about what happened to celebrity number 3 and how did her hair get stuck in the elevator, and let's discuss. It's I might as well just stream myself sleeping, like that's how bored I get. Like, when, like, even on a even when you start talking about your work and your office, and you start bringing up some of the issues that you face on a day-to-day basis with your workplace, or with your family or whatnot. Yeah, like when you talk to me about your office and your workplace, and you almost sense this. I don't know. I give you that sense of like boredom. That, okay, can we just get past it, and get to the essence of things, like, okay. I mean, sometimes I'll participate just for entertainment's sake, and okay, just for the laughs. Okay, fine, fair enough. But then you always see me charged up when we then get to the I would say the greater aspects of life, so to speak. So what I'm getting at is, I know we differ in the way that we think about making money, and there's still a lot that you don't agree with me, and that's fine. I'm not getting you to agree with me. I never do. But that being said, why did you take this, I would say, a leap of faith, to do this with me? You could have had an open podcast. You could have invited so many other guests and folks, and talked about. And I feel like that would have been a lot more, broadly received. I feel you've just limited the the you just limited the sample size.
My audience.
Yeah, the prospective folks whom would even find this relevant or pertinent.
Yes, I do want to make money, but I want to do it while feeling natural about it, doing something that I do on a regular basis, than to manufacture something that I don't do. So, inviting other people and speaking to other people, like if I just look at my daily life, how many people do I even interact with? Of course, in comparison to you, it's much more. But if I would ask that question to the people who know me, they'd be like, I don't talk to anyone. Like yesterday, I was just telling you, my friend was saying that I don't call anyone by myself. So there is no conversation to be had with other people. I mean, they're great, their heart is in the right place and everything. They're great friends, but those conversations are not relevant to what I want to do in life, or anything that truly, truly matters. Like, I don't want to be discussing what's going on in the office, or who's the next person getting fired, or something. I don't even want to get into the nitty-gritty of things, but all the office politics, basically. I do not have and interest in that. Just the unfortunate thing is that when you spend a lot of time, when you expose yourself to people, you naturally get dragged into those things that they're talking or the way they are living their lives. Even if you don't want to get affected, you somehow do, which is what happened with me as well. It took me a while to realize that yes, I started getting dragged down.
I don't know. Like I was under the impression that you were quite apprehensive about this.
I was a little apprehensive to just record myself and put it out there, to put my life out there. I want to be as private as possible. That was my apprehension.
Oh, we don't have to talk about your life.
I know. I mean, even my face, like putting my face out there. I mean, that's going to be another topic altogether about people judging you and all of that. Yes, but I have to like make sure, okay, am I looking good enough? Am I looking good in the camera? Is this angle fine? Is someone going to judge me? Do I look fat? Do I look slim? Are my abs visible or not? Blah, blah, blah. So, yes, I have a fitness page, but there's a reason that I don't post very often.
Well, you want to.
I want to, but I don't. Why do you think I don't?
Because you don't have enough content.
I don't have enough content because I don't shoot enough content. Because again, I feel like I'm not looking good enough on camera. So I might shoot once and then look at myself like, no, I'm not looking good enough. The lighting is not good. This is not good. That's not good. And then a couple of months would pass, and then again I would start.
But let's try once again. That's just a quality preference, right? That's
quality, not really.
Like quality of the shots and quality of the video or the content that you're alluding to. That's got nothing to do with like you being on screen. I don't feel. Are you?
No, it is.
Okay.
I'm not 100% confident to be on screen or to be on camera.
So right now, when you're recording this, would you say that you are
conscious?
Yeah, about the camera recording, and there's a certain way that you are having to manufacture yourself.
Yes, to an extent. Yes, if I have to be 100% honest. Of course, I did look at myself in the mirror to check, is my hair looking all right? Is my face looking all right? Is the lighting all right?
That's fine. I feel like that's you would do that to, like, even if you had to like do I don't know, like a video call with your mom, like you would want to like straighten up your hair. I think that's besides the point. But would you say that? Yeah. So right now you're not a fully 100% yourself. You sort of have some tentacles alert to the fact that you're being recorded.
Possibly, yes, yeah. I wouldn't say 100%. Yes, the conversation that I'm having is 100% natural. Like I'm not trying to manufacture it or trying to say something that I would not if the camera was not
So
there.
why even have your face? Like, why we could have done a audio podcast? Why
We
did
could
you
have.
just?
Um,
I mean, Kapil has a completely audio podcast. I mean, he doesn't put up his
yeah, but how long
face.
has it taken him to even be where he is today? Like, that's not the only thing he does. He has something else apart from that, right? So to even start earning what he might be earning today through his books or podcasts or whatever, I think it's taken him several years. So I personally, I'm a visual person too. So I just think even the word is probably not everyone, but I feel like a lot of people, they're visual. They want to be able to um, see someone when they're talking. It may not be completely. I don't know. I mean, even when I listen to a couple, like I don't care about looking at him. Sure, it'd be
I think that's
nice
just
to
I think that's just how people have become conditioned. I mean, you think of the
maybe,
great
yeah.
scriptures. I mean, the Bible, Gita. None of these have any faces.
They don't, but it's quite interesting when you actually read something. I don't want to say you, but that's me. I don't know if you do that too, but when I read something, immediately I have pictures in my head of that entire thing happening.
But that's different. That's that's you perceiving what you've read and then drawing a picture in your head than
I don't know if
consuming
it's
that.
different. I don't know. I just feel it's kind of just telling you that, or telling me that I'm a visual person. I don't know if it's related or if it's completely different. I don't know.
I mean, people read books all the time, and
Yeah.
they will make up visualizations in their head, and that's been a long-standing practice for eons. I would say.
Yeah, so I would not want to say that for everyone, to be honest, yes. But for me, I think that's the main reason that it's always been hard for me to read books. Again, like I said, I'm a visual person, so
Yeah. So you just like consuming information or receiving information through the visual media.
yeah.
Okay.
So I just quite naturally start to do things that I like than to completely think of, I don't know, I mean, um, I'm just thinking of it in my head that, yeah, I tend to think because I'm a visual person, most of the people are the same way, which is not true.
Okay.
Is that your calm face or is that your angry face?
So while you're recording this, you are conscious of the whole recording environment around you.
Mm-hmm.
You're also conscious of the people watching, right? Because
Yeah.
if I recall in the last podcast, you were saying that those are the people who are going to pay you. So, I mean, you use that term, so that's why I was kind of a little confused. That I felt like there was this conflict there within you, that you do want to appease the audience, um, but then
It's about where you draw the line. How much you're okay with. I think just the fact that I understand that if um, I were to manufacture something that does not come from within, it's just not going to go too far. Makes me not want to do those things. I don't know if that made sense.
no, it makes sense. I'm just trying to understand if you really mean that, or is that something which is only intellectual at this moment? Do you really live your life that way? That
100% no, absolutely not. I don't completely live my life that way, no.
yeah. So that
I
means
do
it's
care about people's opinion, yes.
yeah. So that's what I mean. So then you do care about it. I mean, I feel like if it's 90% there, then that means that it's
Yeah, I'm not 100%
100%.
there for sure.
So that
Yeah,
means
it's not.
you still, there is some element of you caring about the other person.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I was getting at, like initially, that why that's why I was a little confused at why do this podcast with me then, because I don't give two craps about who's listening, who's not, what am I gonna say, and I don't care.
I told you, I don't have a conversation with anyone else, so it's about how much do I even care about people's opinion. Yes, I still do care, but to what extent? That's what it is. I don't do everything just because people think of me a certain way, or I want them to think of me a certain way. There's somewhere that I draw the line.